Hello, and welcome to MusiCity Kids. We're here to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. My name is Tamara with Love in a Big World. And I've been thinking about the amazing acts of generosity we've been seeing through this quarantine as we've been battling the coronavirus. Did you know that there are people in Hollywood who are hosting virtual events to raise millions of dollars for those who've been displaced from work? Or did you know that there are athletes who are donating their salaries in order to pay the people who are put out of a job at the arenas where they play basketball? It's amazing. We are seeing the best in each other during this time. Generosity is giving and sharing what we have with others, and we'll be talking more about that today. First up is my friend, LAJordan. LAJordan. Take it away.
MusiCity Kids, it's LAJordan again, and I am here to move with you. All right, so we know the movement matters, right? Movement matters like eating a well-balanced diet matters, or getting a good night's sleep matters. Loving on people that you truly love, that matters. So today we're going to focus on movement. All right, shake it off. Get ready. Here we go. We're going to go with what we learned already in the All Kids Dance. Like, I know I'm saying that twice, but it's because it's called the All Kids Dance. That's what you're learning. Right leg first. Let's get it moving. We went front, back. Then we went to the right. Rock it. Then we went left leg, front, back. Rock it to the left. Diagonal to the right, we went meow, meow, or you went woo, woo, if you like dogs. Then we turned to the left, and then we rolled down, then we rolled back up, push back twice, we went push, push. Then we crossed our left leg over our right, and our arms crossed, we went cross, cross. Then we did what we call the Michael Jackson. We took our left leg and went in the front again. Our left arm went behind, and our right arm went in the air. So it was Michael Jackson. Got it? Last two moves. So we're going to take our right leg, and we're going to just turn it around 4 times, and our whole body's moving with it. Got it? So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to lean to our right, 1, then to our left, 2, then to our right, 3. Clap, clap. Did you get that? I know. Hopefully you can keep practicing and you'll learn the whole thing because you kept practicing. But we're going to practice now with the music. Here we go. I know you can move. What I do. Brush your body to the groove. Doesn't matter if it's home, shout, left, right, make it work, make it work. Run, tell love, friends, city kids do that dance. Energy, get down. Let's try. Boy, don't stop when you hear the beat drop. Keep dancing to the song. Everybody, here, see, go. Let's go. Front, back, rock it, back, rock it, roll down, go, cross, hey, Michael Jackson, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you do it? Wasn't that so much fun? All right, we will see you next time. See you, Tamara. Everybody rock your.
Thank you, Lisa. That was amazing. I love dancing, and you are teaching us some good moves. Friends, I've got a quote I want you to think about. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Khalil Gibran. That's important for us to think about. What do we have to give of ourselves and share of ourselves with others? Well, I'll tell you, all of these friends on MusiCity Kids are sharing themselves, their gifts, talents, and abilities with you. So would you do us a favor and share MusiCity Kids on Facebook or wherever you're watching? We want to get this word out to as many people as possible. Next up is my friend, Josh Mundy, talking about kid entrepreneurship. Take it away, Josh.
Thanks, Tamara. This is Joshua Mundy, and I'm here with
Zion.
and we're here to talk about entrepreneurship. So last week, we talked about who, what, when, where, and why. Hopefully you had time to write down those answers to those questions, because today we're going to talk about startup costs. Now, startup cost is the cost for you to do business or to start that business that you wrote down on your paper. So if you remember in the first episode, we talked about starting a lemonade stand. So what we did was we went to the store and bought all the products to get started. So first we got our lemons. And then next we went and bought some
Water.
And then also we went and bought some
Sugar.
Yes. So we bought 3 ingredients to get us started with our in-home lemonade stand, which cost us a total of $4.50. So for us to start our business, it's going to cost us $4.50. Pretty simple, huh? So once we mix our lemonade with the lemons, sugar, and water into a gallon jug, then we're able to set our price on how much do we want to sell our in-home lemonade to our customers. So it cost us $4.50 to get started. That $4.50 was able to make us 1 gallon of lemonade. So now we're able to see how much do we need to sell our customers that lemonade before we break even. Okay, now we're getting a little ahead of ourselves when we're talking about breaking even. But I want you to get in the mindset of figuring out how much is it going to start, how much it's going to take actually to start your business. For us, it's only going to cost us $4.50. Not a lot of money, but we're able to make a lot of money off of $4.50. Next week, we'll show you how we're making a lemonade, the size cups that we want to use, and then how we're going to charge our customers to make a profit, because we're in business to make a profit. So you may be in business to make a profit, you may be in business to change the world, but at the end of the day, we want to make a profit. So it only costs us $4.50. Now anything after $4.50 is our profit. That means that we're making money after we sell 4 cups of lemonade. So that's what I want you all to do, is work on your startup costs. How much is it going to cost for you to start out your business? It only costs us $4.50. Now I want you to go and look up how much of the material is going to cost for you to start your business. And then next week, we're going to show you how to make money and how to break down your profit and your loss to show how profitable you are in business. All right? Back to you, Tamara.
Josh and Zion, thank you so much. That was great. I love how you're breaking down these business concepts so we can all understand. I really wish I had that information when I was little. It would have helped me when I started my first business when I was in my 20s. So thanks, Josh and Zion. I want to encourage you all to read today. Here's a book all about generosity, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein is a beloved children's author, and I'm sure you're familiar with his poems. Grab this book, sit down, and think about how you can be generous today. Next up is my friend Janet from Janet's Planet.
Thanks, Tamara. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Isaac Newton, someone who was very generous with his genius. Now you may be asking, isn't Isaac Newton the guy that had a great idea all because he saw an apple fall?
Oh.
Ow. Supposedly, when Newton saw the apple fall, he began to think along the following lines. The apple must experience a change in velocity as it goes from just hanging on the tree to falling to the ground. Newton's second law states there must be a force that acts on the apple to cause it to become accelerated.
Indeed.
He calls this force gravity,
Yeah.
and the associated acceleration, the acceleration due. to gravity.
That's right.
Newton understood that gravity was the force of attraction between two objects. He also understood that an object with more matter or mass exerted the greater force or pulled the smaller object toward it.
Yeah.
That meant that the large mass of the Earth pulled objects toward it. That's why the apple fell down instead of up, and why people walk on the ground and don't float in the air. Then he imagined the apple tree twice as tall. Again, he expects the apple from the doubly tall tree to be accelerated toward the ground. Newton's idea suggests that this force that we call gravity reaches to the top of the tallest apple tree. Then came Sir Isaac Newton's most truly awesome idea. If the force of gravity reaches to the top of the highest tree, might it not reach even further? What if gravity extended to the moon and beyond? Isaac calculated the force needed to keep the moon moving around the Earth. Then he compared it with the force that made the apple fall. After allowing for the fact that the moon is much farther from the Earth and has a much greater mass, he discovered that the forces acting on the apple and the moon were the same. Just as the apple is pulled to the ground by gravity, the moon is held in an orbit around Earth by the pull of Earth's gravity. Isaac Newton's calculations changed the way people understood the universe. No one had been able to explain why the planets stayed in their orbits. What held them up?
Yeah.
Less than 50 years before Isaac Newton was born, it was thought that the planets were held in place by an invisible shield.
That is correct, yes.
Isaac proved that they were held in place by the sun's gravity.
That's right.
He also showed that the force of gravity was affected by distance and by mass. Newton really didn't discover gravity as much as he found a way of explaining it. Isaac Newton thought the universe worked like a machine and that a few simple laws governed it.
Yes.
He realized that mathematics was the way to explain and prove those laws.
Indeed.
Isaac Newton was one of the world's greatest scientists because he took his ideas and the ideas of earlier scientists and combined them into a shared picture of how the universe works. Isaac Newton was generous with his genius. How can you be generous with your genius today? Back to you, Tamara.
Thank you, Janet. That was so good. And I want to follow up with Janet's question. What do you have to give and share with others? It might be some sort of creative or scientific genius like Isaac Newton. It might be a business like Josh and Zion were talking about. It might be a dance, but I know that you have many things that you can give and share with others today. And you know, in this big world, that's what we all need right now. Next up is my friend from the Nashville Jazz Workshop, Lori Meacham.
Hi, this is Lori Meacham from the Nashville Jazz Workshop. I am the education director and founder of Nashville's first jazz school. And I'm so excited to be here and to share with you a little bit about generosity, which is the theme today. So this is a song I'd like to play for you called Blue Skies from the composer Irving Berlin. The lyric is, blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my, how they fly by. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Isn't that great? So I'm going to play it for you. I'm not going to sing it for you. so much. And back to you, Tamara.
Lori, thank you. That was beautiful. And friends, I don't know if you know this or not, but I am a jazz singer, and I've actually studied at the Nashville Jazz Workshop with Lori. It's a wonderful nonprofit organization in business to change the world, like Josh was talking about earlier. So thank you, Lori, for sharing your gift of music with all of us today. Next up is my friend, Dr. Dawn, with some sound advice for us for our health.
MusiCity Kids, Dr. Don here with my friend Chuck, and we're here to talk to you today about something very important that a lot of us experience from time to time, or more often than we should, and that is anxiety. Yeah, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of that lately, but this is a big topic, so this is going to be part 1 of 2. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. What is anxiety? Anxiety is feelings of anxiousness, worrying, over-worrying, the inability to relax, feelings on edge, the list goes on and on. And what happens in your body is that your brain has 2 sections, basically. One is the sympathetic nervous system, and one is the parasympathetic. In the sympathetic, that's the fight or flight. And that means if your body thinks you're in trouble, then you gotta fight your way out, or you gotta run away to save your life. That's what your brain thinks. Then the parasympathetic is the rest and digest. And when it means you're able to relax and digest your food properly, like we're supposed to be able to. Now, in anxiety, the sympathetic takes control, and we get overstimulation from the sympathetic nervous system. Now, what are some big offenders for this one? Well, stimulants like caffeine, energy drinks, things like that. Those can be extremely harmful and make anxiety so much worse. And energy drinks are getting so much more popular with a younger audience, and it's really not good for anybody's health because it's the stimulation effect. We necessarily don't need it. But, my biggest factor, the biggest factor that I see is, I think you know what I'm going to say, sugar. Sugar is one of the worst offenders. Because when your body gets used to having that sugar so much that when it doesn't have it, your brain is the number 1 consumer of blood sugar. It's 2% of your body weight and uses 20% of the total energy. It's amazing. But when it gets used to that much sugar and then all of a sudden it doesn't have it, or it just runs out, then you crash. The energy crashes. So when your energy crashes there, it sends signals to your adrenal glands to give you adrenaline. That's right. It's the same stuff you use when you go bungee jumping or you jump out of an airplane with a parachute on, hopefully. And it's the same stuff. So sugar. It's the same stuff that's in candies, and I shouldn't say names, but soft drinks and candies and all that stuff. Those are the number 1 things that we have to avoid. Now, even when you get off of sugar, sometimes you have to step down off of it. So if you have 10 grams of sugar a day, you need to go to 8 and then go to 6. You have to step down from it because your body gets so used to it. Because someone with anxiety who eats a lot of sugar, if they just stop eating sugar altogether, it will make the anxiety so much worse because you get that signal to your adrenal glands to get more adrenaline. It's pretty crazy. But the energy drinks and the sugar are the top 2 things to get rid of. Step down from them, get rid of them. Those are 2 major factors for the for anxiety, issues with anxiety. Now, I've got in part 2, I've got some other foods that you can have that would be great to include in your diet. I will check y'all out next time. Back to you, Tamara.
Information for us to consider, especially now during the pandemic when so many people are dealing with stress and anxiety. So thanks for sharing that good information with us. Next is my friend, Kinston.
Hi, I'm Kinston, and today's topic is giving. The definition of giving is to freely transfer the possession of something to someone. If you give something to someone, it makes them feel good. Showing generosity by giving is very important. There are many organizations that put your generosity to good use. In 1902, Edgar J. Helms, a Methodist minister, founded Goodwill in Boston. When he faced a group who asked him for help getting food and clothes, he took a burlap bag and went to Boston's wealthy citizens. Instead of asking for money, he asked for whatever clothing they could spare. Helms hired people in need, many of whom were considered unemployable, and tasked them to repair damaged items and sell donated goods. That's how Goodwill started, and that's pretty cool. So how many of you guys have been to Goodwill or donated to Goodwill? Well, I have. I've donated to the Goodwill and I've been to the Goodwill. I've donated clothes, shoes, books, toys, and movies. In fact, I'm working on a huge bag to donate now. This not only helps give Goodwill inventory for shoppers, but it helps to support their job program geared towards individuals with disabilities. Goodwill has job training centers, and they provide job training and employment services to more than 6.7 million people. This mission is important to me because it creates opportunities that my brother may one day want to be a part of. Goodwill's mission is the example of generosity. If you haven't already, I encourage you to take a look in your own closet and see what you can give to help others in need. Back to you, Tamara.
Yes, Kinston, that is awesome. Thank you for encouraging us to give to Goodwill. That's one of my favorite places to donate furniture, clothes, shoes, especially anytime that I move or when it's just a change of seasons. So friends, like Kinston suggested, talk to your parents about what you could donate to Goodwill. There's a lot of need, and you can also help somebody have a job. Next is my friend Riki with some suggestions for us about breathing and yoga.
Hey friends, it's Riki Ratner with Be Well in School, and I'm here to teach you another yoga pose today. Today we're going to learn Warrior 2. It's another standing pose, stretches the hips, stretches the shoulders, stretches our chest and our lungs so we can take nice deep breaths, which improves not only our respiration, our ability to breathe, but it also improves our circulation so our blood is better able to flow through our bodies. So let's dive in. All you need is your body and your breath. If you have a yoga mat, that's awesome. You can also come outside. You can use a towel. You can use a blanket. Just do what feels good for you. All right, let's try it out. So we're going to start in our mountain pose at the top of our mat. Feet hips width distance, toes tracking forward. Soften the knees, reach down through the fingers, open up your heart. Now let's connect with our breath. Deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in towards the spine. Now I'm going to demonstrate my left side. I want you to take the right side on your own to balance out the body. Take a big step back with the left foot. And now we're going for heel to arch alignment. So the heel of the front foot is aligning with the arch, the middle of that back foot. Back leg is straight and strong. Front knee is bent. And my fingers reach in opposite directions as I draw my shoulders and hips in alignment. So my shoulders and my hips are tracking towards the camera. So I'm drawing this back hip open as I'm drawing my front knee open as well. So there's some tension there that I'm fighting. I reach my arms in opposite directions and I gaze over my front middle finger. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly up. Exhale, draw the belly in as you bend deeper in that front knee. Beautiful. And when we learned our Warrior 1, we brought in Peter Reynolds' affirmation there that I can stand up for me. And if you've read that book, I Am Yoga, for Warrior 2, he says, I can stand up for others. So remember your strength and your purpose here, that you have the power to affect positive change in this world, in your life, and in the lives of others. So that's Warrior 2. To come out of this, take a deep breath in. And exhale, we step to the front of our mat. And we find our mountain pose. Do the right side on your own. I hope you feel amazing. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I can't wait to do more yoga with you.
Thank you, Riki. That was beautiful. Friends, I hope that you'll take time to breathe and stretch today. So here at MusiCity Kids, we've been talking about how we can be generous, give and share with others. We've provided lots of ideas and examples for you, and we would love to hear your thoughts. So please feel free to comment or email us at tamara@loveinaBigWorld.org. We'll give you a shout out on air. Thank you so much for joining us. Here at MusiCity Kids, we want to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Remember, we're all in this together. You are not alone. Let's choose to love every day. We'll see you next time.